What's up, guys, girls, and people in support of the Panama Canal? So I was thinking the other day, and I realized, like, man, I haven't made a video involving any of the RobTop levels in over 2 weeks. That's just far too long. So today, we're gonna be taking some RobTop levels from later versions and demaking or downgrading them to be 1.0. I don't know how we're going to exactly do this in certain cases, but it'll be fine. I actually did this a while ago, where I made, like, Fingerdash into, like, a 1.0 style level, but I got a bunch of people saying, like, green orb is rotation, whatever. All that wasn't in 1.0. Even though I said it was 1.0 styled, it wasn't a 1.0 level. You guys seem to not really understand that. But this time it actually will be 1.0. So we're going to be doing that. And obviously, everybody here knows what level I'm starting with. Geometrical Dominator. Nah, I'm kidding. It's Fingerdash. So I think that a really good start would be to just select all details and then just delete that. And then we're going to delete all the alpha triggers, all the toggle triggers, pretty much all the triggers in general, because I don't think there were any triggers other than like background and ground triggers. Okay, I want to say that all of these triggers did exist. I don't know if you could control the line or the ground or whatever, but so now we're left with essentially just a layout version of Fingerdash. And now we have to go through and take out everything that wasn't in 1.0 and alter the gameplay to something that was. This is gonna suck probably, because there's a lot of game modes, but I guess we're just gonna get into it. Let's show the ground. Oh, of course, we gotta change the ground and background. Wow, this just looks like cycles now. That's crazy. We also don't need any groups, because we're not gonna be using groups. So let's just get rid of all these. And yeah, let's just start building over it, I guess. I wanna try and get the basic outline of gameplay done before I go back through and actually try to like change the mechanics to work in 1.0. Now I'm sure that there's gonna be a lot of funny men in the comments that are like, oh, you gotta change the song because Fingerdash wasn't a song in 1.0. And to that I gotta say, I don't care. Like, what? That's like the one thing that I'm not budging on. Like, I'm not changing the song to Can't Let Go. Like, alright, so we've got like a basically correct version of all the gameplay that leads up to the drop. At least all the gameplay that like is actually important. Alright, so I guess we should probably go through and deal with the hazards now, because there's hazards like this, obviously, that need to be accounted for. I don't think we can really do saws, so it's just gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of spikes. There's gonna be a lot of boring old spikes here, because that's kind of just how it'd be in 1.0. I don't know when is a good place to use these spikes versus these spikes. I don't know if I'm gonna have a consistent definition of when I do that, but it's alright. You know what I do have a consistent definition of, though? The time and place for you to hit subscribe, baby, yeah! Right here, right now! We absolutely demolished 100K, and we're already more than a quarter of the way through the next 100,000 to 200K, let's go! Alright, back to Fingerdash. Maybe this later part we'll do the regular ground spikes and not the single spikes. And we'll deal with making the level, you know, look better later. I kind of just want to get rid of all the 2.1 stuff first. So we're already making pretty good progress. Again, we just kind of got to deal with some of these other structures that have spikes on them first. But after we get this done, then we can finally do what everyone who's watching this has probably been waiting for, and that's to see how I'm going to tackle all of the 2.1 mechanics that I now can't use. Were these spikes in 1.0? I don't know if they were. Okay, well, I skimmed the 1.0 levels, and quite frankly, I can't find them anywhere. I don't know if they are in there, and I'm just not looking, but we're gonna avoid using them anyways, because I really don't need people calling me out in the comments, and I know full well that they will. Alright, I think with that little bit done, we now have all of the basic structures down. Now we gotta start tackling the stuff that isn't in 1.0. The yellow pad, that's all fine and good, but we hit our first roadblock here with this black orb. It's kind of painfully 2.1. However, I think we can do... Oh wait, yeah, that could work. Okay, yeah. Alright, that's a job well done, I'd say. And then we get to this, the first dash orb. I feel like this one's pretty obvious what we're gonna do, right? Like, that's clearly the best way to approach this. Blue orb, again, pretty simple in my opinion. We're just gonna do this, I think. So I want you to hit the yellow orb and then fly into the portal. Yeah, that works. And then we've got this. This is super easy. People have been making green orbs like this for years. Well, at least before 2.0 came out. Except for some reason I suck and it... Hello? Is this like blue portal just like not working? The heck, dude? What? Oh! Oh, I'm stupid. I'm hitting the green orb still. There we go. Next up, this red pad, which we need to obviously get rid of. Yeah, unfortunately, a yellow pad on its own doesn't really cut it, so we'll have to maybe do something like this. Yeah, that works. Yeah, and then we don't have the luxury of teleport portals, so I don't know, man. Maybe we can just have you jump through the little hole. I guess that could work. You jump through the hole and it just like that. And we have another teleport portal. All right, that works seemingly. I'm sure it'll stop working at some point later on in the testing process. Or wait, are you supposed to fall off and hit it? I think you are. Yeah, you're supposed to fall off and hit this one. Okay. There's a handful of 2.1 things in this area that I'm aware of. Oh, the blue pad. How do we want to deal with this? Does just jumping into a yellow portal work? Kind of, I guess. I guess that works well enough. It kind of breaks if you jump too late, but for casual playthroughs, I think this is maybe fine. Okay, that seems to work well enough as a black orb substitute. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, there's another platform I missed, though, I think. Yeah, because there's supposed to be blue pads down there. And then there's another blue orb. Man, RobTop and his blue orbs, dude. This guy, he just loves blue orbs. Oh, my lord. Okay. And then, what's over here? Dude, it's 2 blue orbs back to back. Oh, my aching tentacles. I don't know what we're gonna do about this part. I mean, to be fair, this part isn't, like, mandatory. It would be cool to have a build-up still, but, I mean, it's not like the world's gonna end if we don't, so... Maybe it's fine, I don't really know. Okay, I've got an idea, perhaps. Alright, hopefully this is exciting enough, because I can't really be bothered to do anything better than this. So now it's time to answer the age-old question, how do I approach the spider? Well, since this is 1.0, we have approximately 2 game modes at our disposal. The cube and the ship. I'm kind of feeling cube on this one, maybe. I think cube is probably the play here. So again, I'm gonna try and outline the gameplay in the spider part, and we'll just go from there, I guess. So here's our spider part. How do we want to approach this? Oh, wait, I'm the smartest person ever. I've got an idea. I don't actually. I was kind of just hoping that if I said that, maybe something would come to me. Okay, what if we maybe try to just make it like regular gameplay, maybe, or something? Like, what if we try to just sort of adjust the gameplay to fit with a cube? What if instead of having these, like, massively tall spires, we just have, like, 2 little ones to mimic the same feeling, perhaps? Perchance. Okay, so I kind of just popped off and built like a rough outline of like all of the gameplay. So I need to see if it actually like works now. Okay, wow, that actually does work out pretty well. It's like one minor thing. Let's just move that over and up a little bit, maybe? I don't know, you're gonna hit this blue portal anyways, so it's just if you want to hit the orb, I guess. But yeah, this does actually work, so I guess we can just start building the hazards in it. No, actually, no, I'll go back and I'll do that later. Yeah, I've been building this for a bit already, so the ship is probably the last part that I'm gonna do for right now. And so I don't want to take up, like, all of my time that I have on this level by just, like, doing hazards and stuff. So we've got the basic outline of the gameplay, and I think that's fine for now. I think it works. So yeah, so next up, we get to the ship part. Now, luckily for me, the ship is actually a game mode that exists in this version, so the amount of work that I have to do is not as much as it otherwise would be, thankfully. So this is going to be another weird situation because we don't have rotation now, which is definitely a useful feature. Cross that road when we get to it. First things first, we've just got these little floating hazards, which I feel like these shouldn't be too hard to remake. All right, this is a pretty good start. But again, now we come into this issue. So I just remember that in Fingerdash, the flying route is like you go down, up, I think. Right? No, wait, is it? I think you go up first. I think? Yeah, you do. You go up and then you go down. So this is the right path. So I guess what we could do is kind of just make a ship path that conforms to this like flight route, I guess. All right. I think we've done about as good of a job as we can with this part. I don't know how much more room for improvement there is here. Probably a little bit, probably a lot, but I feel like I've done all I can do. So let's see what's up, and then after that we'll do a different level, and I will go back later and actually like make it better and look more like a a full level. We got this, and then we gotta go down, and then we gotta go back up, and then we got this part, and then that's that. Alright, cool. So yeah, with that, we are gonna move on now. That is the first, like, how long is this? First 52 seconds of Fingerdash, so I'd say that's a success. And yep, let's go get another level now. So I've made the liberal choice to do blast processing because I feel like after what I just endured, I deserve a simpler level. Believe you me, there is still tons of stuff in blast processing that needs to go. But it's so much simpler, like, and also I figured that a lot of you guys probably wanted to see the wave be done, so I can help with that now. But you can already see, like here, there's a lot more from this level that kind of just automatically works without needing to be messed with too much. Because this level, this was like made before like every single level started like misaligning stuff on the grid. So a lot of stuff here still works properly and doesn't require much manual adjustment, which is very nice. So I think we've got everything down until the wave part, which is going to be a ship part actually. And since this is only a 1.9 level, there's a lot less that we have to like try and manually fix. Like there's not as many orbs or pads or whatever that are like going to be an issue. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we got so far already. Alright, I forgot to put the yellow portal back. So it's a good start. This yellow orb part seems to really be throwing a wrench in our plans. I don't know if there's a way to get around that. Unless we make you jump earlier, maybe? That works. And then we're just gonna do our classic strategy here of yellow orb plus blue portal. It's a classic, they never see it coming, it works every time. There's supposed to be something else here. There is, there's supposed to be a gear here, okay. I felt like I needed to jump at some point around here. And like that, we're already at the wave, or ship. Whatever. You see what I mean? Like, we had to do much less manual adjusting in this level to get something that's playable and essentially resembles the regular level, unlike in Fingerdash. Granted, the first part of blast processing is much shorter than the first part of Fingerdash. Point still stands, in my opinion. Well, this seems like it'll be pretty easy to transform. I feel like it's very obvious what we're planning on doing. Oh, and then we go into another ship. Okay. So this is gonna be easy. Oh my god, why didn't I do this one first? So I think we're gonna like back on track this. I'm gonna go with like the interior of the slopes, like I'm doing like this kind of thing instead of like this kind of thing following the outside, cause I feel like that's pretty tight. I feel like this is like pretty tight flying anyways, so I don't really see the need to make it even harder. It seems kind of pointless to me. So we're just gonna follow the inside. Essentially everything that isn't the slopes is what we're following, but this should be pretty easy. I don't know, maybe this sucks as a recreation. I don't really know. My apologies if it does, but this is what happens when you make a man who usually does 1.0 styled levels actually make a 1.0 level. This is why I'm usually perfectly content with like, oh, it's gonna look like a 1.0 level, but we're gonna use green orbs and blue orbs and other game modes. This is what happens when you push a man too far. Now I have to prove myself, so here you go, it's a 1.0 level. And, you know, the worst part is, I know that after I upload this, there's probably still gonna be people that are like, actually, you used this, and this isn't in 1.0. Because, yeah, I didn't check before starting the recording. I didn't check before starting the recording what items are in 1.0. I'm just guessing, honestly. There's just a lot of things that I know are in 1.0. There's probably a lot of things that aren't. In fact, I feel like one of these stupid spike pieces isn't in 1.0. I feel like there's only 3 in 1.0 and not 4. Do I know which one it is? Nuh-uh. Am I probably gonna use the one that isn't in 1.0? Yuh-huh. And are you definitely gonna comment about it to try and make me feel stupid? Yuh-huh. I'm losing my mind, man. All I want to do is make GD videos for people to enjoy, and I'm over here being made to look like a fool. Wait, I think that I'm unintentionally, like, really smart. I actually didn't know how to approach the slopes, but, like, mainly stuff like this, right? Like, there's no blocks there, so I can't poke up, but I just realized I can just do the cycles thing, where I do like this, and it works perfectly. Oh my god, dude, I'm the best. You know, I guess this is what I should expect when I'm making an entire level in 1.0 in like an hour, when I'm sure that if RobTop like actually did this would take him like days upon weeks to make, because he tries to make it like really good and really fun for the player most of the time. But I don't know, I think this is coming along nicely. I don't know how good it'll be to play, I don't know how good that experience will be, but we're only worried about functionality, not fun. Honestly, the overlap here is pretty good. Let me toggle it off really quick. I mean, yeah, that's just the blast processing wave. Or should I say the blast processing ship. The thing that's crazy to me is it's actually not that hard, but it's so weird, like, playing it. Like, my brain knows something is wrong here, but it's not quite sure what, like... So then we have this part, which is just another ship again. And honestly, this ship part is pretty easy on its own, so I feel like this shouldn't take very long to copy down. It is just very tedious doing this. Like, it's very tedious just, like, dragging around and, like, trying to copy all this over, especially when it does align to the grid so easily. It's just very weird. Fingerdash was definitely a lot harder. Like, I needed to put a lot more thought into, like, the block placements, but blast processing, not so much. It really does just kind of take a while. It's fine. We're back to the interesting content, because now we have a ball part. I don't really know how I'm meant to deal with this. I'm probably just gonna go back to a cube, because I feel like a cube is the only way that I can really do this. I feel like a ship section wouldn't really work here. This video has been going on for quite a bit, so this will probably be the last section I do in blast processing. But at least now I've done 2 levels, so you guys can't call the title clickbait, because I most definitely used plural tense for like downgrading RobTop levels or demaking RobTop levels or whatever. But now you guys can't call me out for clickbait, because guess what? 2 is more than 1 and 2 is plural. So, instantly we are posed with a challenge. Now, the thing that I hate to do this to blast processing, right? Because, honest to God, blast processing has a lot of decent sync, and I feel like the ball and cube parts tend to illustrate that the most. A lot of that's gonna go out the window here. It was the same thing with Fingerdash in that, like, final part of the cube. Sorry in advance. I think what I'm gonna do here is put a yellow pad, and then we're gonna put one of these situations that kind of mimics the black orb again. Because I feel like maybe that'll sort of mimic the ball. Yeah, right, like that. Yeah, see, but then we got stuff like this, and I'm just like, man, I know full well this is not gonna sync very well. Actually still does work pretty well. Maybe this won't be as much of a lost cause as I thought. We actually are translating this pretty well, I think. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with how this part's turning out. I can't believe that part works so well. And like I said, I think this ball part is going to be my final section, because I don't really see the need. I mean, 1, the video's running long anyways, but 2, I also don't really see, like, the need to just do another wave part. So, yeah, I'm going to polish these up in the editor off camera, make them look more like 1.0 levels instead of 1.0 layouts, if that's even a thing. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the showcases. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy that. I'll probably upload these both to my account as usual. The IDs for that will be in the description. Special thanks to all the channel members, including the Carl, Villalder, Gato, Wintera, HXC, PenG Plays 149, Zand Lol I guess, and Zand. I don't even really have a way to relate this back to the video. But thank you guys for the support. You guys deserve, like, a really nice back rub or something, I guess, you know? Really appreciate it as a college student paying, like, $40,000 a year for tuition. I really appreciate the monetary support, and I couldn't do without you guys. And yeah, thank you guys again very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.